All right, so the next thing we're going to look at with Google Rubrics is how to reuse a rubric. So first of all, when we have a rubric attached, you can do two different things. You can export the rubric to Sheets, which saves a copy of it in Sheets. You don't need to do that to reuse it, but it is handy to see how it is formatted if you wanted to create your own rubrics in Sheets instead of here in Google Classroom. So let's quickly take a look at that before we show you how to reuse this one. You can also edit and or delete at any time. All right, so once we've exported our rubric, this is going to kind of show us the different, the formatting for a Google rubric. So Google can pull rubrics, but it's easiest to create it in Google Classroom itself. If you create it in Sheets, you have to follow this format where you have see, it even says do not edit rubrics in spreadsheet format because of the formatting. But if you did need to, it would take the structure of this, where we have our criteria, a description in the first squares here, then your blank squares, okay, and then the different points as well as the different levels, as well as a description of each one. So just know that it would have to follow this format here if you wanted to create one in Google Sheets. Again, not recommended. The reason is that once you've used a rubric and created it even once in Google, so this has been created in Google Classroom, once you've done that, you now can reuse any of those rubrics from any classroom. So I go to my assignment here, and again, you would fill out your title, your instructions, but and attachments. So I'm going to pause here and use the magic of computers to do that. All right, you will notice that it wouldn't let me add in the rubric until I had supporting materials. Again, because the rubric is attached to the assignment, which means there has to be work for students to work on in order to give them grading in a rubric. But once we have created our assignment, now I can reuse any of my rubrics that I've used in the past. So here's my fractions hunt rubric. If I had created other ones, it looks like, I wonder if you can get them from other classrooms. So there we go. You have to know what classroom the rubrics were in. So look, this is my other classroom called Mission Control where I've used rubrics before. So the rubric does live in the classroom, but do know that you can use rubrics from any one of your classrooms again. And it even remembers ones you've used for this specific classroom. So in order to reuse it, click on it and it will attach it. You can even have a little preview here and you can edit it before you attach it. But you can add it that easy, and that's how easy it is to reuse a rubric. All right, our last goal for today is I'm going to show you what it looks like from a teacher view for feedback and reporting on rubrics and student view. And that's our next video.